What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today I am glowing, as you can see. And straight up, I'm just gonna be straightforward. Today we're gonna get into the fundamentals of confidence and basically how we're all self-fulfilling prophecies, right? And why, if you're not confident, why you're in this state, right? Now, I'm gonna ask you a favor. Straight up, I'm gonna ask you to please be as brutally honest with yourself. Now, I know the whole concept is to be, kind to yourself, build yourself up, don't be like negative or whatever. But for this one time where you are going wrong, just call yourself out. You don't have to break yourself down. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is just saying, oh, okay, if I did that, I'm responsible for that. And the concept you're gonna learn today is that you are responsible for everything that you are feeling, right? So the core principle is self-talk. Self-talk is the most underrated aspect of like everything in life, right? This concept, I feel like if I was taught at an earlier stage, I wouldn't have failed at anything. And naturally, you need to have failed. You need to understand the ups and downs. You need to overcome hardship and whatever. But what I do know is you can overcome a lot more just by understanding this principle. Imagine the hard subject that you have to deal with becomes the easiest subject. The person that you felt was like completely out of your league becomes completely normal, becomes the baseline. And that is purely down to you and your thoughts, right? Think about it. If the difference between you and the other guy that has this amazing girlfriend, that has this amazing lifestyle and everything falls in place for this guy, the difference between you and that guy is literally the thoughts going on in your head. And some people like to use excuses like money, looks, and everything. But there are plenty of people out there with bucket loads of money with zero ability to be or get girls or get a partner. And yeah, okay, maybe I'm being a bit more skewed to the masculine side, but that is my perspective. It works the same for the other side. There are plenty of women with lots of money but struggle to find love, struggle to find partners, and so on. And it is all our own undoing, right? Because you may have heard this concept, but we are our own self-fulfilling prophecies. And what that means is what we speak is what we become, and it's always right. If you've heard the phrase, if you say you can, you are right. If you say you cannot, you are also right. It's just what you decide, right? Now that is the concept I'm trying to display to you today, is that I'm also getting lost. I don't know where I'm going, but we'll find out. Join me on this drive to I don't know where. But yeah, there is so much going on in this world, and the thing is, this concept very little people think of. And if you're in this bubble of self-improvement, wanting to be better, you may find yourself thinking, oh, I need to quit this thing to be better at business, quit this thing to be better at my craft, quit this thing to find my purpose. And you may be right, but what you don't realize is your real power is when you say, if I quit this, I will feel this thing. It is right. It will happen, because we have this thing called the reticular activation system, and it leads to this concept of like bias sometimes, right? So if you tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna go to the mall and I'm gonna see people with red shirts. It's not that there's gonna be red shirts because you said it. I mean, sometimes maybe, but the red shirts will just become more apparent to you. And that's sort of the life and the way you bend reality around you so that they become more apparent. You'll almost become sick at how many you see, right? Now, that is sort of what happens. And if we touch on quantum physics and we talk about, Schrodinger's cat, right? The cat is both alive and dead until you make the decision to open the box, right? That is what we all exist in. We all have what is known as potential, right? So if you have this thought that, I could be a drummer, I could be a bomb-ass drummer, I could be like one of the best drummers to ever do it, right? You have that thought, and somewhere in your mind it's creating a visual and pulling from like the imagination an image of yourself doing that thing to whatever ability that you say it is. So conceptually, you don't even have to think hard to find the solution of yourself being that bomb-ass drummer. And maybe I'm saying it wrong, but that like legit drummer who is just amazing at what he does, right? So and it's the same for anything. It's like I could just be like, I could have the thought potential, I am with the absolute stunner model, and she absolutely treats me like I deserve to be treated, like I am the guy. And when you have that thought potential, the visual will come to you, the ideas will come to you, and you will slowly piece together an image of what that looks like to you. And that's how you sort of warp your mind to understand, okay, now this is actually how I should be treated. If I feel this way, if I can see myself in this light, then this is how I should be treated. And the more you rep, the more you do this more and more, like whether it's visualization or some kind of mantra or some kind of affirmation, it doesn't matter. The point is you're tapping into your mind. You're tapping into your mind and you're shaping your personality. So let's get down to two concepts, right? Everything you are is what you say you are. I covered this earlier at the beginning of the video. Everything you are is what you say you are. Your whole self-concept dialogue is important. When you talk down on yourself, you are bringing yourself below the thing you're trying to overcome. If you're studying for an exam and you're being negative on yourself, you are going to make the exam bigger than you, and then you've got this massive hill to climb. But if you flip the script, if every time there's a hard problem, you're like, yo, that was a hard problem, but I solved that. Look at that. I'm that guy. Is that the hardest problem they got? Give me another one. Let me do it. Let me do one more. Let me do one more. And even if you do this delusionally, where maybe it's not like you're not able to get the thing fully right, but still, oh, it wasn't that bad. Like, okay, I didn't get it right, but it wasn't that bad. Conceptually, I understand what they were asking. Fine. When you come and flip that mindset, when you go into those hard situations, you're looking for reasons to say that it was easy. And then every time you find a reason that it was easy and you got it right, you build the neural pathway in your mind and it becomes easy. That's literally all this whole process is. And it's the same with love. It's the same with people around you. It's just, you basically assume, you basically say this thing to yourself, you flip the entire script. Oh, okay, I see myself with the gym girl. She's super into gym, but we form like the best gym couple ever. That thought potential sits in your mind, right? And slowly, you don't notice it, but in your subconscious, it will piece together images and thoughts throughout the day. So then the next time you go to get a coffee and you're in the line, you just randomly, a thought comes to you and it's just like, oh yeah, like I should get this gym thing. I'm like, if that's who I am, if that's the idea. It's like when you have that thought and it just sinks into your head, it becomes like a magnet for more other thoughts that are relating to that thing. Then you spend more time at the gym. Then you become more confident in the gym. Then you notice this crush, this girl, this guy in the gym. And eventually, like, you effortlessly give a smile, you go up to them, you chat to them, you do whatever the hell you need to do, but you do it from a calm state where these things are easy for you. You know, like, oh yeah, my type, gym girl, you know, I've only dated gym girls. Like, even if you haven't, it doesn't matter. The point is, in your mind, you know it's a possibility, so that when you walk up to this person, you're not thinking, oh my gosh, it's a gym person, this is so big, my whole life rests on trying to get this gym person. No, you walk up to that gym person and you're like, hey, how are you? And like, you start a conversation. This is terrible riz, but even still, it's effortless riz, and that's the most potent riz that you could get, because you're coming from a state where nothing is bigger than you. You are bigger than all the obstacles around you. I am going off, but you need to understand this. If you can conceptualize this one thought, this one affirmation, if you say this one affirmation, your whole life will change. Literally, just tell yourself, I am bigger than any obstacle I try to achieve. I am bigger than any obstacle I try to achieve. I am bigger than any obstacle I try to achieve. What will that do for you, right? It will shift the focus back to you. The world will now have that bias that I am bigger than anything that I'm trying to achieve, right? And this could be if you're trying to be an Olympic athlete, you're trying to get a girl, you're trying to get a wife, you're trying to get a family, you're trying to get a job, you're trying to get a business, you're trying to get a car, you're trying to get whatever it is, you're trying to get money, whatever it is, you are bigger than the obstacle you're trying to climb. If you're trying to climb a mountain, you are bigger than the obstacle. You are the mountain, because without you, there is no mountain. Without it, it's like, okay, cool, that roller coaster is fun, but the roller coaster is nothing without you. The roller coaster needs you to go sit in the seat for it to drive and do its thing, right? That is life. Life needs you. Life needs you to be alive and about it. And when you are alive and you are about it and you are above your obstacles, you understand that you've been fed lies. There's no hard subject. There's no girl out of your league. There's nothing. It is just you. It is just you and what you tell yourself. And if you tell yourself this, you'll skew the view, and slowly you'll build the confidence in this like way of thinking, and it will just, I just got a lovely message that says, I love you, and I'm going off here, but the thing is, you are greater than any obstacle. You are greater than any achievement. And if I could tell myself this at a younger age, like I probably wouldn't have been in the space to understand it, or the space to just take it in or learn or like absorb this information. But if anyone out there is like ready to like receive this information, you are bigger than any obstacle. When you set a goal, don't forget to set yourself up to be bigger than the obstacle, because you're not butchering or beating your body to climb a mountain. You're building yourself up so that the mountain is easy to climb. And that is the concept. That's all you need to know. Finish and claw. You can, I mean, obviously this is a YouTube channel that I'm gonna push the same message like forever, but if you've seen this, if you've heard this, that's all you need to know. Go implement that now. Go write down what it is, your girl that you want, your guy that you want, your house that you want, your whatever it is. Go do a vision board, and then once you're done with the vision board, do a you board. Do a you board with all the things that will build you up, so that that thing that you put down on the board becomes easy, becomes effortless, flies to you effortlessly. You walk into a room, the gym girls come to you. You walk into a room and the money comes to you. You walk into the interview, they don't even ask you questions. They just ask you, when can you start? They ask you fun questions. They try and know your personality, and you're the personality hire. The rules don't apply to you. Whatever it is, tell yourself all the things that just make it possible in your reality, because when you do that, and this is really not even esoteric, it's not even like hectic, it's like simple psychology, it's like simple subconscious stuff. Whatever you tell yourself, it's gonna sink into your mind, right? All of these things, think about it. Where did these deep-rooted fears come from? You had some kind of scary situation, your body didn't know how to react, and now you've kept telling yourself that story. Your parents asked you what happened, you spat out the same story. You spat out the same story that, oh, you know, like, this thing happened and I got scared, and you know, like, it just, you played victim into the story. You know, every time this thing comes up, I feel this. Like, literally, you can unwrite that in a day. You could unwrite that in a day. I picked up, there was a giant rain spider. I used to tell myself I was freaked out by rain spiders, and like, I used to tell myself it was a phobia. For what reason? Just because this thing sat there and looked scary. Yes, without a doubt, you can look at these things and feel an ounce of like fear, but you can also just like switch the vibe up internally. All you need to do, I'll tell you what I did. I took a plastic container to put it over it, and then we moved it and we let it go outside of the apartment, right? At my friend's place. All that we did was we put happy piano music and we moved the spider. Happy piano music. Switch on the happy piano music in your life and go get what you want. Just think about that. Like, literally, imagine you got these. This is why I have Airpods all the time, because at any stage you can just flip the vibe. You could play a happy song, you could play your get like into the zone song, you can do whatever, you know. Also, you just don't have, like, people just assume you're like shut off, you're on your own wavelength, and you are. You can be. Like, you don't even need a song to be playing. You could just pretend that there is a song playing that is like vibey, that you like fuck with, and when it plays, or when you feel like it does, you just gas yourself up. This world is like built on like fear and all these things trying to pull you away from you just enjoying yourself. Imagine yourself as like the 6-year-old kid that did not care about moving to another country, did not care about a visa, did not care about money, did not care about anything. They just wanted to run around with a stick and pretend they were a wizard. They wanted to run around and peel all the leaves off the tree and make little boats. Like, they were creators. They were like ruling their world. Why are you not doing the same for yourself? Like why are you not making yourself the creator? Like, why are you not walking into the gym or the classroom or the school feeling like, hey, I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna make this the best day, right? And this is gonna be so sad because I've gone to like 17 minutes now, and I know there's gonna be more people, but the more people it gets, like, a lot of people are just gonna miss out on this. Like, yes, there was great advice at the beginning, but like at the end now, I feel like I've touched on everything. And if you made it this far, I love you, man. And literally just tell yourself, love yourself. Like, all of this we've been talking about has been forgetting obstacles and achievements. Skip all of that. Love yourself. That is the one thing that people can't do. There's someone out there in the world with the money that you want that doesn't love themselves. There's someone out there with the girlfriend that you have that they want, they don't love themselves. There's someone out there without the family that you have, they don't love themselves. There's someone out there without or with everything that you wish you would have, that you feel like you would trade a lot for, but they don't love themselves. And if that exists, just love yourself and find that peace that they weren't able to receive, and then go for it. Give yourself the gift of peace, give yourself the gift of love, because if you've given yourself that at the beginning of the day, at the beginning of any day, you will find that everything else doesn't matter. Every other achievement, if you seriously, and this is like on a serious note, you tell yourself, I love myself, I am peaceful, I am loved, I am chosen. Whatever the circumstance, I am chosen. That's you giving it to yourself, right? That's you giving the gift of peace to yourself, the gift of love, the gift of feeling desired, right? Because what is desire? You walk into a room and someone wants you, or someone is attracted to you, that's desire. Or someone wants what you have, right? Give that to yourself just by saying, I am this, right? because if you say it, that little thought will be like a little seed, and while you're chilling in the bathroom, while you're washing your hands or whatever, the thought of, oh, I actually look good from this side, I can see how someone will find me attractive or whatever, will come to you. Start thinking as if you're planting seeds, and then slowly start to weed out all the weeds that you have, like thinking, oh shit, okay, I don't want to stop making this video. So think about like you planting these seeds, and every time there's like these weeds coming into the like, you think of it like this, right? If you become aware of this and you're saying, okay, I am so smart, I am a top class math student, even if you feel like there's evidence to the contrary right now, tell yourself this now, and slowly you will see, you will shift the world around you just by creating a little bit of a bias in your head. Evidence will become apparent to you because you're walking in and you're saying, oh, okay, yes, I actually like didn't do too bad, I did better than the last time. And you will slowly start to build it up and up and up, and then it will become part of your personality. So once the seed is planted, it will start to bloom. You'll find more and more reasons why that is true, and then once it's fully bloomed and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that is the case, it just happens, you will find that your whole personality will shift and you will become that thing. That's why it's better to start speaking as if it is already done in the end scenario. I am the top math student, even if you're not, because you'll find evidence, even tiny evidence, to that massive thing, and you're finding associations and you're building associations to that concept. The idea is, I am the best math student, right? I tell myself this, I'm doing a grade 6 test, I'm in grade 6. Little do I know that that has nothing to do with like how intelligible maths can get or how intense maths can get. But I say, nah, I'm good at maths. I have been a top math student for a while now, and this is what matters to me, right? Even not grade 6, let's say grade 2, right? Because grade 2, you were too young to even understand what was going on. You just felt like you did good at it and whatever, right? That was the concept I told myself. By the time we went from grade 2 to grade 7, there was so much evidence that my entire life was built around being good at maths, right? Being good at maths, so much so that I passed the test, I got the highest mark in the class, and I still, like, it was just below a B. I got a C. It was the highest mark in the class for that test, and I broke down. I got the highest mark in that test, I got a C. I broke down and I bawled my eyes out. This teacher came and gave me a hug and was like, it's okay, it's just your ego. But it was. We build our own egos. Whatever you say builds that ego. Whatever you say skews the world. And then when there's evidence to the contrary, then you feel like, oh shit, okay, like that hurt, whatever. You put pressure on it. You don't have to do the pressure part. You can build the ego, you can build the standards and pull that kind of thing with you without being so attached to it. And that's what you can learn on this channel. So stay tuned. I hope this video helped. It actually, like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna go and rewatch this because I feel like I really touched a good flow with it. And yeah, if it resonated with you, subscribe. If you have questions, comments, or problems that you would like me to bring up or try solve, and how I would approach it, drop the comments in the description. If it's more personal, drop me an email. There's my email in one of the videos. If you just look through, you should be able to find it. In one of the videos, there's also a Calendly link. You can book a call and get on a call and let's discuss this, man. Like, you have so much time in your life. Get the shit sorted now so that you can go and like have fun, so that you can go and like enjoy what you want to be doing in life, right? You're not meant to be endlessly climbing this rock just to roll the rock back down for a greater achievement. You're not meant to be on this endless cycle of trying to achieve. You're meant to build yourself up, become this sick person, and then surf through reality, snowboard through reality, skate through reality, doing whatever you want, enjoying it. because life is too short. Peace. I hope this helped. See you again.